let us have another problem about linear and quadratic functions. By this time, our problem is all about having a consultation with a physician. And the problem is this. A medical checkup costs 450 pesos and has an additional fee of 7 pesos and 50 cents for every tablet or capsule of medicine prescribed by the physician. And in this problem, we have follow-up questions. The first one, how much is to be charged to a patient if he or she is prescribed with 12 tablets of medicine? And the second one, how many capsules of medicine will be prescribed if the patient is charged with an amount of 675 pesos? To answer this problem, let us start with the notation of the variables involved. So I will be using P to be the number of tablets which will the physician be prescribing for the patient, and then let me use the A of P as to the amount of charge due for the consultation. And then after this notations, let us now construct a table of values. So let us have the column or the row for P and another row for A of P. So if the physician will be prescribing 0 tablet, then the patient will still be paying, of course, the consultation fee, which will cost him or her 450 pesos. Now, if the physician will be prescribing only a tablet, then the charge would be 457.50. For 2 tablets, there will be an amount of charge of 465 pesos. And for the 3 tablets will be prescribed, the amount of charge is 472.50, and for 4 tablets it's 480 pesos. Now let us verify if this table of values is of linear or quadratic. So the first step, get the differences of the first differences of the independent variable, which is the number of tablets. So 4 minus 3 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 minus 0 is 1. Okay? Then let us now proceed. So we can now actually proceed to the second row, which is about the dependent variable, since we already have verified that the first differences of the independent variable are the same. So 480 minus 472.50, so that will give us 750. 472.50 minus 465, that will give us 750 as well. 465 minus 457.50, still 750. 457.50 minus 450, and still 750. Therefore, we can now conclude that this table of values is of linear function. Okay, so we must have to recall that for a linear function we must be guided by y is equal to ax plus b. But in terms of the notations of this problem, our y would be a of p, then equals a, your x is p plus b. And we will now proceed on finding the values for a and b. Okay, for this problem, let me put this here. let me write again our guide to find the pattern for this problem. So A and B. So for this case, I will be using elimination method. Okay? For the elimination method, going back to the table of values, if I am going to employ utilization method for this problem, I will avoid using the 0 and 450 as my point. Because if I'll be using 0 and 450 as my point, then I can no longer use elimination. It will be a substitution rather. So I'll be, to avoid with the decimal places, so let me use 2, 465 and 4, 480. Okay, so 2, 465 and 4, 480. So the first point is 2, 4, 6, 5. So for this one, this is the P and this is the A of P. So I'll have 465 equals A is still A, but our P is 2 plus B. So this will give me 465 is equal to 2A plus B. So that's my first equation that I'll be using for my elimination method. And the second one is the 480. And then it will be 480 is equal to A. The P for this time is 4 plus B is still B. So finally, I'll have my second equation as 480 equals 4A plus B. Okay, so these are now the two equations that I'll be using for my elimination method. So by elimination, so first equation is 465 equals 2A plus B. Then the other one is 480 equals 4A plus B. So to eliminate B, to solve for A, so I'll be multiplying this by -1. So I'll have -465 is equal to -2A B. Copy the second equation. So that's 4A plus B. So obviously, -B plus B by the operation of addition, this will be 0. -465 plus 480, that will give us 15, equals -2A plus 4A, that will give us 2A. So to solve for A, divide both sides by 2. Therefore, it will give us an A, which is equivalent to 7.5 or 750. So I have now my A using elimination. Okay, to solve for B, I may opt to do elimination method again or substitution as for my second solution to solve for B, and you also can have that option, those options. So in this case, what I'll be doing is I'll do substitution since I already have the elimination part. So for the substitution part, so I will just be using one of them. So I'll be using the first one, which is the 465 equals 2A plus B. So by this time, I'll change now or substitute now my A with 750. So it will be 465 equals 2 times A, which is 750, plus B. So that's 465 equals 2 times 750, that's 15, plus B. We're transposing 15 there, so it will give us B is equal to 465 minus 15, that's 450. There we go. So we now have A as 750 and B as 450. So it is now time for us to substitute the values for A and B. from this guide for our linear function. Okay, so again, a quick glance: A is 750, B is 450. So let me rewrite the general formula, which is A of B, AP plus B, and since our A is equivalent to 750 and our B is equivalent to 450, therefore the pattern for this problem, or the model for this problem, or the equation for this problem would be A of B, and that is equivalent to, instead of A, substitute it with 750, then P plus our B is 450. Okay, there we go. So going back to the question, the first question, how much is to be charged to a patient if he or she is prescribed with 12 tablets of medicines? So if our P is 12, then how much is to be charged to a patient? So using this now, the model for the problem, A of 12, so that is 7.50, your P is 12 plus 450, and 7.5 times 12 will give us 90, will give us 90, then plus 450, the consultation fee. Therefore, the amount to be charged to a patient if she will be prescribed or he will be prescribed with 12 tablets of medicine by the physician, this will be equivalent to 540 pesos. Okay, so easy, isn't it? Once you already have the model for the problem, then it will be easier for you to solve the missing items, or it would be easier for you to answer the following problems. Okay, now let us go to the second problem, which is about if the patient is charged with 675 pesos, then how much or how many capsules were prescribed by the physician. So using the model again, by this second question, what is given is the amount of charge, which is equivalent to 675 pesos. So using this A of B will be substituted with 675 equals 7.50 P plus 450, because it is the P that we are looking for this time, which is referring to the number of capsules prescribed or tablets. So by transposing 450 in the other sides, in the other side, so that means 675 minus 450, so that will give us 225 equals 7.50 P, and to solve for the P, divide both sides by 750, sorry. So 750 divided by 750, that's equivalent to 1, so therefore the P, or the number of tablets prescribed by the physician, is, that's 225 divided by 7.50, then there were 30 capsules or tablets prescribed by the physician. So if we're going to do the checking, so that's 750 times the 30 tablets plus the consultation fee for 150, then it will give you the value of 675. So we're done with our problem about the patient having consultation and with a physician, and at the same time when the physician will be prescribing a medicine or a capsule. Then so these are the solutions for this problem. Okay, thank you again for listening, and we will have more problems in the next videos. Thank you.